Hi, today we are going to be talking about my new favorite plant, the Aralia Fabian. Now, I picked this up about a week ago when I was picking up sand at a big box store, and I knew it just had to come home with me. It was such a spectacular find. This whole tree, ready for this one? This beautiful whole tree was only $39.99, okay? Now, if you shop at places like Etsy, which I love to support, I found a very small 6-inch tree for about the same price, $39.99. So this was a huge steal, and I'm hoping that I can keep it alive and that it's gonna do okay here. So let's chat about it. What are the plant characteristics, features, things like that. There is also one thing that I kind of want to mention, that this brand is a woman-owned brand, which is great, that I love to support as well. They are out of Miami, Florida, if I can even rip the tag off. They're called Nature's Way. So unfortunately, there was a little snafu, if you can see it here. Right, so it says that it is a Ming Aralia, if you can see, really small right there. Right, so Ming Aralias are another form of Aralia, but they actually have really feathery, light leaves, kind of like a Japanese maple. So we can see that it was mislabeled because this is definitely a Fabian Aralia. But for $39.99, I'm not gonna complain, right? So let's see what this beautiful tree is all about. I have been waiting many years to find one in person. I've never actually been to a plant nursery and seen this. So it was super awesome to find this at a big box store, right? And it's just such a beautiful plant. So a little bit about Aralias, right? If you're not familiar with them, or if you, like me, picked up a new plant, we found lots of Google tips on it. So Aralias are tropical plants, right? So they're gonna want high humidity, right? And they also want moderate to bright indirect light. So it says on the tag here to keep it 1 to 5 feet away from a window, right? So I have 2 windows, it is within that space, but I still feel like it's a little bit darker. So I'm gonna actually move it to another room that has a little bit higher light and see how it does there. These can be a little finicky. I had a false Aralia a couple years ago that I bought at a plant nursery that I worked at, and it came home and it died at home. So I definitely didn't have the skills, I don't think, to take care of it very well. But I've been researching this guy a little bit more, and I'm hoping that with just the right amount of light, water, and love, we will keep this guy alive, because it really is a beautiful tree. And I literally can't stop staring at it since I've had it in my home. So let's talk about watering. So this guy does like water, moist, but not oversaturated. The roots are shallow, so you don't need to worry about repotting it too much, because if the pot is too large, it will get waterlogged and it will cause root rot. So you want to pick an appropriate pot. When I picked this up, ready? You can see that all the roots are down there tiny at the bottom, right? So it doesn't have a very large, extensive root system for as big and as heavy as it is. So I'm actually good with the pot that it's in, that it came into the store with. You know, it had some little yellowing leaves, but that's to be expected, especially from traveling all the way from Miami up to the Northeast, right? So I went through and I removed most of them. We still have some coming off too. And I gave it a nice big shower when I got it home. It had a little bit of, you know, white coating. I assume was a pesticide for its travels. You can see kind of on the leaves here. It's a little bit dull, but that's been coming off and it really looks like a nice plant. So we're gonna be hopeful. So again, watering, don't overwater it, but water it thoroughly till it comes out the bottom 1 to 2 times a week. I'm gonna get my little friend the sprayer, okay? And we'll do a little spray on. Okay, so when you need humidity, right, and you don't have a lot of it in your house, as often as the case, what we like to do is just spray down the leaves intermittently. I do this a couple of times a week. You know, if I do see that it's yellowing out, I might need to increase that and get that humidity level rising, right? So just give it a little nice over. It's just so beautiful. And I'm gonna show you the top leaves in a second when we're done misting it here. It is such an awesome, interesting plant. Okay, now let's get up close and personal with those leaves. Ready? Ooh, and those so gorgeous. I absolutely love this plant. The leaves are so interesting. They're really wide, they're cup shaped, right? So they can hold some moisture in their leaves. It's just so beautiful. It's got some new growth coming. Interesting, it has like dark veining, right? You see that? But it's so glossy. Super great. This is literally my new favorite plant. I am so, so happy that I was able to find it and take it home. My partner wasn't very happy, but you know, it is what it is. It's hard to go and see all these nice plants and not buy one. It is for me anyway, because I love plants. All right, so next thing I do is I like to name my plants. I'm a weirdo like that, I guess. So we have to come up with a name for this guy. And I was wondering if you all wanted to help me pick a name. I don't know, it's got cup-shaped leaves, right? They're green, they're round. I don't know. I was thinking Cuphead. My children love to play that game, right? But could we call this Cuphead every day? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on naming it? If you want, drop a name in the comments. I would love to see those. And hopefully find a good name for this guy, because he is a spectacular tree. And I'm so glad I have him. Okay. So we did light, we did watering, fertilizing. Regular just houseplant fertilizer works great. I think that's 10-10-10 or something like that. That's very balanced. That's gonna give you the nice green leaves on it. You wanna do that probably once every 2 months. So it doesn't look like it has too much fertilizer in here yet. I don't know when the last time it was fertilized, so I'm probably gonna plan on fertilizing it within the next 2 weeks and see how it does with that. I'm nervous because when they drop their leaves, you know, it's a sign that they are traumatized. It often happens when we bring the plant into a new house because the light conditions are different, humidity conditions are different. So hoping not to put too much stress on this guy. I gave him a nice big shower when he got home. So hopefully that helped, and we're just gonna wait and see how he does. I just wanna say a huge, huge thank you to this company, Nature's Way Farms, right? They're out of Miami, Florida. And it's such a beautiful specimen tree. I absolutely love it, okay? I also wanna thank, where'd I get it? I bought it at Lowe's. So they had it. I was buying playground sand for my kids and I saw it when I entered and I knew I had to have it. So big shout out and thank you to Lowe's for doing that. It's amazing. I just hope I can keep it alive this time. All right, if you have any tips, tricks, hints, suggestions, I would love to hear it, right? Drop those in the comments too. And again, if you wanna help me pick a name, please do so. I think naming plants is so fun and I think about it every time I walk by them. And I think that's it. I'm gonna post some tips at the end of this just about lighting, water, things like that so that you can see just visually, you know, if you're that type of person too. All right, I hope you had fun. I had so much fun talking about my new plant, Mr. Fabian Aralia, whatever his new name's gonna be will be decided. All right, take care. Bye-bye.